What's up, sports bettors? Matt Modi here with OddsJam, coming to you to give you a best bet for the UFC matchup all the way on October 22nd. But I have a really sharp bet coming for you today. The match between Charles Oliveira and, I don't want to butcher this guy's last name, Islam M is what I will call him. I have a really sharp, positive expected value bet for this fight. And what we're looking at here is actually Charles Oliveira, the money line, at plus 160 odds on Caesars Sportsbook. So, of course, I found this bet using the OddsJam positive expected value page, filtered specifically looking for a UFC bet, which is pretty good. Max odds plus 200 because don't want anything too much of an outlier. But everything checks out for this being a really good, profitable, positive expected value bet. So number one, of course, it's positive EV showing up on the EV page. The OddsJam line, which is pulled from the most accurate sportsbook in the world in terms of pricing odds, prices this at plus 145, with the VIG removed, priced at about plus 154 if you round up. Only charging 24 cents in market width, which is pretty good. Anything that is 25 and below is a really tight market. So getting this one at 24 cents in market width all the way up at plus 160 odds has a ton of value. And then one thing that I like doing when I'm looking to bet on a play or not is if you click anywhere on the positive EV page, it will pull up odds for every single sportsbook and what they price this money line play at. So we see the OddsJam line at plus 145. All of the other books, except for Bet Online, none of them are giving you better than plus 150 odds. The closest is PointsBet at plus 150, but every other book, the Fox Bet, plus 135, Tipico, plus 140, FanDuel, plus 140, all pricing this closer to the OddsJam line, and this plus 160 on Caesars really stands out when you compare it to every other book. So all in all, I think this is a really sharp, profitable bet. Gives you a profit margin of about 2.4%, basically meaning that for whatever you bet on this play, whatever your dollar figure amount is, if you multiply that by this percent, that will be your expected profit for this individual bet. So for me, this is a half unit play for me. I'm putting 50 bucks on this one, Oliveira money line. Getting this in early, I think it's a really sharp bet. So let me go ahead and place this bet and we are good to go. So now let me just add this to my bet tracker, click save, and everything checks out from a math perspective. The bet has been placed. To give a little bit more information about how some of the odds and stuff make sense. So the VIG, everybody knows, is what the juice that sportsbooks price up odds. It's how they make their money. I like to consider it the tax on odds themselves. And an easy way to understand it is if you go to calculators, no VIG, fair odds calculator, pulls up this page here. And this gives you a lot more detail than I will give you in the short summary on this video. But what you need to know about the VIG and how it makes sense. So standard odds that you see on a sportsbook, like if you just go through, if we look through like the WNBA, minus 110, minus 110, minus 110, minus 110. We see that kind of across the board. So the way that makes sense is if I bet 100 bucks on this, looks like this WNBA spread at plus 14 minus 110 odds, I bet 100 bucks, I will profit 90. If there's another sports bettor that bets the opposite side of this, bets 100 bucks on it, and they lose all 100. So no matter what, the sportsbook will get $10 from that interaction. And that's what the VIG is. It's that juice that sportsbooks price up odds. So in order to get an accurate representation of what the OddsJam line truly thinks of a market, it's really important to remove the VIG and find the no VIG odds, which is exactly what's done here on the OddsJam positive expected value page. So this EV page gives you all of the information you need to find sharp, mathematically profitable bets, which is what I found on this UFC matchup. Charles Oliveira locked it in for 50 bucks. Bet was placed, added to my bet tracker, and that is going to be it. So we are good to go here. If you are tailing this bet, would love to hear it. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know you're tailing. Other than that, please remember to like the video and subscribe to the OddsJam YouTube channel. But that's all I got for you. So I appreciate you guys watching and have a good one.